Okay, today you're going to be setting up your pollution in the Aquifer Lab. RR, don't forget to go get your purple sheet and put it on the end of the table. MM, you're going to go need to gather the supplies for the lab. They are listed on your lab sheet. After you get your supplies gathered, you're going to want to get some sand in the bottom of your plastic cup, only about this much. That's all you need. Okay, and then you're going to want to get some water from the sink, and it says to pour the water in the sand to wet it completely, but do not have any standing water on top of the sand. So Tristan, come zoom in right here. So I'm going to pour the water, but I don't want standing water, so you only pour it to where it absorbs into the sand with no standing water, and that's about as much as I can get. I almost did too much. Okay, once you get your water in, actually I'm going to have some standing water right there, see that? So if you have a little standing water, you can go to the sink and pour that out. I'm going to do that real quick. Okay, now that's better. Now, once you do that, you're going to take your modeling clay, roll it into a ball, then lay it down and flatten it out on the table. Okay, once you get it flattened out like this, you're going to take and lay it on top of half of the clay, so you only want like half of it showing, but you're sealing off the edge so it's going to stick onto the side of the cup here. So you lay it down, take your fingers and press it up against the sides of the cup to stick it, to seal the edge off. Okay. All right. Now it says to use the pipette, this is a pipette, to put 2 drops of water on top of the clay. So I'm going to take my pipette, pull some water up in it. I'm going to put 2 drops, 1, 2, on top of the clay. And then it says to observe closely, and what do we notice about the water and the clay? Well, you should be seeing that the water does not soak through the clay. So this clay is not permeable. It will not let water pass through it. And on your lab sheet right here, you're going to write down your observations. Here, write that in a complete sentence, please. Okay? The next thing it wants me to do is to use some gravel. So you're going to have to go get some gravel, okay? And it says place a layer of rocks over it, and it wants a slope. Okay, so I'm going to pour my rocks in, and you're going to make a pile on one side and then slope it down. Okay, and there is a little diagram. You can see how it kind of slopes up. And there's also a little diagram on your lab sheet that shows you how to do this. Okay. Now, number 8 says to pour water into the aquifer until the water in the valley is even with your heel. Okay. Come right back down here. The low part of your cup is your valley, and the tall part of your gravel is the heel. So the low gravel is the valley, and the tall is the heel. Okay. So you're going to pour water into this until you get to the top of the hill. Okay, and I had just enough to where the water's at the top of the hill and it goes across. Okay, then it says observe the spaces in between the rocks and notice if there is water inside of these spaces. And you can see that in the space of the rock, the water fills up these spaces in there. Okay. Now you're going to put 4 drops of food coloring at the top of your heel. Okay, so here is the top of my heel, and I'm going to put 1, 2, 3, 4 drops of food coloring at the top of my heel. Now at this point, do not move your aquifer around a lot. Let it sit on the table. And you're going to come over here to number 11 on your lab sheet, and it says draw, color, and label an illustration of your aquifer. I should have went over this with you in class. Make sure you are doing good drawings. And finally, you're going to put your aquifer on the table outside, and next time you come in, you'll look at it. Okay? After that, you should be done. Don't forget to clean up your table, baby wipe everything. You're going to want to paper clip everybody's paper together and put it in unfinished, because you're going to have to do a day 2 observation on that. Good luck.